waiting for that perfect camera, waiting for that perfect gear, that's not what's holding you back. It's you. You are the one holding you back. I don't want you to keep wasting time and money on fancy equipment when you don't even know how to press record on what you have already. And maybe you know how to do it, you're just not doing it yet. So if you're not pressing record on the camera you have in your pocket, you think you're going to press record on the camera that's like thousands of dollars that you don't necessarily need? No, you don't. So the best gear is not going to make the video for you. Only you can make the video, right? So the gear is less relevant than you actually making the videos. Now, if you're at the point where you're like crushing videos with what you have already, then we can start thinking about upgrading things because you're like, you know what? I would like it to look a little different. I would like it to look a little bit more high quality. But if you're not just making videos with what you have, it's not time. It's not time to upgrade. The things that you can do in the meantime, right? If you want to derail yourself from, I need gear, the hype train of gear is focus on your message. Stop looking at what everybody else is saying you need to buy and start looking at what is it that you need to be telling people? What is the message? What is it? Because your audience cares about your story. They care about your tips. They care about your expertise, whatever it is that you're sharing with them. They don't care so much about the tools. Like that's a nice to have. It's nice to have. It is not the answer. And that is where the problem is because people start to think that the gear is the answer. The gear is the thing that's going to solve other problems. And it's not. It's not. It's not the thing. I'm telling you, as somebody who is a recovering gear addict, they're not the thing that's going to make all the difference. What's going to make the difference is if you actually make the video. Now, can tools make things easier for you? Yes, but that's why you wait. You start with what you have. What is the best camera you have that you will actually use? What is the best camera you have that you already know how to use, that you know how to start up? You know what needs to happen. That's the one I want you to be using. Take time to learn your other gear, sure. But if that's stopping you from making videos, then you're focused on the wrong type. There's seasons for that. There's seasons for learning. There's seasons for training. And I do want us to always be learning and growing and things like that. But if it's stopping you from making videos at all, you need to back up. You just need to use the camera that you already know how to use. What's the best one you know how to use? And if you're watching this, you have a camera. You have a camera. If you're watching this, it's probably on your phone. You have a camera. So use that because there's different things that you can do to make that even look nicer, right? Wipe your lens. Make sure the quality settings are correct. Use natural lighting and then go from there. And then when you're ready and when you start to figure out where you're having problems in your workflow, that's when you can start to invest. But I do say invest slowly because if you just go in and you're like, I'm going to buy the whole studio of things, I can tell you there's so many things that I bought that I don't even use, that I don't even need, that I don't even want to have anymore. So I've started to sell some things, but I didn't need to do all that. But nobody told me because I was going about this journey alone when I started. So all I was seeing was the advertisements for all the gear I should buy. All I was seeing was the hype train. And I was like, well, if I'm going to be successful, I have to get these things that people are saying to get. Those things did not make the videos for me. When things started happening for me is when I actually started making videos with the things I knew how to use. Because there was so many times I would just sit in tears because I couldn't get the camera to focus on me, right? I remember like getting one of the big fancy DSLRs with the lens and everything. It didn't have autofocus yet. And I would just be in tears because I'm like, how do people do this? How are they doing this? When I could have just made it and not worried about having a blurry background. And I could have just made the videos. I could have used my phone at the time. I'm sure the phone had a camera at that point, but I needed it. I needed it to be perfect, which cost me years, honestly. So I don't want that for you. I want you to get things going. So question for you, if you're also a recovering gear person, what's a piece of gear that you bought that you don't even need? You don't even use it. What is that? I know that I have things. My goodness. I have so many little accessory cameras that just aren't anything. They're nothing. They didn't do anything. They're just sitting in a box, but they're about to get sold, which is something we could talk about in another video. If you need help figuring out how to sell your gear, tell me, because that's the process I'm going through right now, and I would be happy to share. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that that does kick you into gear because I want you to feel successful. I want you to keep making videos. And if you haven't started making videos, I want you to start making videos. So see you in the next one.